Hey everyone, today we're going to make a plaid cup, and this is going to be the easy method. So I sanded and spray painted my tumbler, and I'm going to be using Peachy Olive Glitters Figgy and Gold Member for this cup. I'm going to start by mixing equal parts of the two glitter colors until I get a color that is lighter than the darkest color and darker than the lightest color. You kind of just have to keep mixing different amounts and comparing them to both glitters. So you'll want to put your glitter mix next to the two bottles to make sure that it's, dark enough that you can still see the lighter color, and then light enough that the darkest color will still stand out as well. So I kind of just keep going back and forth, adding the lighter color and the darker color until I'm happy with the way it looks. I'm going to apply the glitters using the epoxy method. I'm going to use the new KS Resin Liquidy Split. And anytime I'm mixing epoxy for this method, I just mix quickly until everything's thoroughly combined. I don't worry about bubbles at this point because this is your bottom layer and it doesn't really matter because glitter is going to go on top of it anyway. So don't be too stressed if you have bubbles like I do. You just want a really thin layer, so spread some on, and then if you notice that you've got a little bit too much, it's okay to kind of scrape it off with your finger and just put it back into the little cup that you're using. So now I'm going to use a little tea strainer to apply the glitter, and I'm only doing this because I don't have this glitter in its own shaker. So anytime I do mixed glitters, I always use my little tea strainer to help me apply the glitters more evenly. After you have all your glitter applied, you're just going to let this spin, or you can set it on a drying rack and let it dry for just a couple of hours. Next, I'm going to use Liquidy Split again for my first epoxy layer. You don't need this first layer to be completely smooth. You definitely don't want it super rough, but if you've got a little bit of roughness around the rims, that's totally fine. Once my epoxy layer is cured, I like to measure around the cup so I can make my own removable tape. All I do is take the measurement and then use that number divided by however many vertical stripes I want, and then I let my Cricut cut it out for me. You can also use just plain old painter's tape if you like, but I like to make my own removable tape because I like it to be a little bit wider than painter's tape. So once I have those cut out, I just start applying them to the cup. I'll apply my first stripe just right in the middle like you see here, and then I'll take another stripe and use that sort of as a spacer. so that way I can make sure that I've got all of my vertical stripes spaced out evenly. Next, I'm going to apply the horizontal lines in the same manner. I'm just going to apply my first one, lining it up with the top rim of the cup to keep it nice and straight. Then I'm going to place a spacer between this piece of vinyl and then the next piece, and then I'm just going to go until I reach the bottom of the cup. Once I have my removable vinyl all laid out, I take a little bit of liquidy split and I apply it to the parts that are showing. And I like to start with my darkest glitter color first. So once I've got my liquidy split applied, I go ahead and apply my darkest glitter color, and then I remove the vinyl right away. So in this video, you can't really see the difference that well, but when I turn off my studio light, you can see how the contrast is really, really nice between the dark glitter and the mixed glitter. So once the epoxy has dried on this layer, again, I give it just a couple of hours. I like to go in with Quick Coat from CC DIY, and I use that to seal this first glitter. You can also use just a spray sealer, but I really like to kind of keep the cup nice and neat, so I just use a flat paintbrush and a little bit of Quick Coat, and it does the job just fine. I like to let the Quick Coat dry for about 15 to 20 minutes before I move on to the next step. And unfortunately, I did not record the next step for some reason, so I'll try to explain it. All I did was get some painter's tape and apply it right over the dark glitter squares in the exact same manner as I taped off before. So now what we'll have here is underneath the tape is the dark color, and where I'm applying the liquidy split here is going to be our lightest glitter color. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, please let me know and I can try to update this video. But it's really not a difficult process. The painter's tape does not stick to our first glitter color at all, so don't be afraid of that. All you're wanting to do is just cover up that glitter with the tape, and this will create the plaid look for you. As I'm removing the painter's tape, you can see what I mean when I say that I just applied the tape right over the darker glitter color. When you're doing this, you really just want to make sure that you've got it covered completely, because this is going to give you really nice lines for that second glitter color. Once the epoxy is dry, you'll want to go in with some more Quick Coat or spray sealer to seal in that lighter color of glitter. And then you'll just want to epoxy your cup like normal. Once the cup is nice and smooth, you can either leave it as is and add your decal, or you can add some vinyl stripes, whatever you prefer. But that's it for today, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you guys next time.